Hello, welcome to another episode of the FMV Archive. Today we are diving deep into The Complex, the March 2020 released game by Wales Interactive and directed by Paul Rashid. We have a very long, extensive interview with Paul talking mostly about his game, interactive film, I should say, The Run, and also talked a lot about the game Hello Stranger. Paul has done a lot of interactive films. This is one of his first ones. This game is readily available, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Steam. I think you can even get it on the Android and the iOS, so you can play this game almost anywhere. I myself paid $4 for it on the PlayStation Network. It is on sale, usually $15. You can find it for under $5 a lot of the time. It has a 60 rating on Metacritic and a mostly positive rating on Steam. This is the tender tale of two scientists in lockdown in a biolab in London, where time and oxygen are running out. Sure, we've seen it before, but have we seen it before? With not one, but two people offering to die to save the rest of humanity? I think not. We're going to dive deep into our 10-point system to find out if this is a game that you should be playing or not. One, look and graphics. Looks amazing. I love the jumpsuits that they're wearing here. It has to be a tip of the cap to Buck Rogers of the 25th century. There's a 1979 reference for the kids out there. Love the whole aesthetic to this. Love the whole look of it. It looks like a bio lab. A lot is put into the sets here, and it shows the walking scene when they are walking to this bio lab in the airless, lifeless, soulless pathway that just has white lines on it. I love that. That is a super cool shot. 10 overall for the look. Don't know how you could have made it look much better. Number two, the gameplay. This is an interactive film. You're watching a movie where you're making A-B decisions to try to progress the story. So not too much in terms of the game. You're not going to be finding any clues in here. There are no mini games, just a interactive film. One of the positives I do like about it, when you hit pause, you can get to this screen where it kind of shows your relationship status with all the other characters in the game, show how positive you are with that. That definitely affects what paths and stories you can get. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. Some of the things I didn't enjoy about it, no back button. If I make a decision, I can't go right back and change it. Two, no story tree at the end. I don't see where the decisions led me on what paths and maybe where I need to change the path to get different endings on that. The good news is there are 9 endings on this game. It shows you which ones you've got, but it really doesn't give you any type of guidance on how to get the ones that you've missed so far. So the gameplay overall is just a 5. Our lead, Dr. Amy Tennant, she's kind of a biochemist, and she's working on this new nanotechnology that we can just pump into your bloodstream and it'll repair anything that's wrong, but it isn't quite figured out yet. Meanwhile, there's a civil war going on in a fake country. Your possibly love interest comes back into this. Why is he let into your biolab, which is like the Pfizer, the massive biotech company in the world? And this guy kind of shows up and they're like, yeah, we need your help because this intern over here ingested some of these nanotech things and she's dying now. So why don't you help out? You haven't done this for like 5 years and you have no clearances to be here. There's some things in this story which just do not stick well with me, and that is one of them. A lot of things I say don't flesh out if you're into it for story logic, but the story is intriguing enough that you'll want to see at least a couple endings for it. So 7 overall for story. Number 4, the dialogue. It's average. No one seems to be all that upset that they are trapped in a biolab and there are terrorists trying to come and kill them. Dr. Amy plays it very cool, and you see kind of why in the end why she may be so cool while this is going on. She might be trained for this. But there's a lot of joking. Maybe they're making jokes because like, we're going to imminently die here. Some of the things just seem kind of off-tone with the rest of the movie. The dialogue isn't the worst, isn't the greatest. It's definitely passable. 5 overall for the dialogue. Speaking of 5s, let's go to consequences of your decisions. This is an interactive film, so this better be good or the game's not going to be very much fun. There are a lot of changes in tone and narrative depending on which choices you make, which is great. So it's a different playthrough when you go through it each time. Some of the times the characters are more friendly with each other, less friendly with each other, a little hostile towards each other depending on how you interact with them. That's a good thing. 9 endings, that's a good thing. They're good. Consequences, choices matter in this. 7 overall for consequences. Number 6, how is the acting in this? Michelle Milot plays Dr. Amy, the lead in this one. You may recognize her 81 episodes of Letterkenny. She's very popular on that show. Al Weaver as Reese in this one. I think he steals the show. Really, really great job on this one. He is also in the other Wales Interactive game, Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus. 66 episodes of Grantchester as well under his resume. Really good actor. Kate Dickel plays the evil CEO boss. 114 acting credits to her name. She was in The Witch. She was also in Prometheus. Great actress, and she does a very good job at this, playing the baddie. Acting really can't get better. Tons of professionals with a lot of weight behind them in terms of their resume and their acting talent. 10 overall for acting, easily. Number 7, direction and cinematography. Paul Rashid's worked on a lot of interactive films. Familiar with working on a light budget on here. There's not 100 different locations for this, but the sets look absolutely fantastic. The computer interface that Reese is working on, hacking into stuff. Love the futuristic look of that. Love the details of even, I was mentioning earlier, their jumpsuits for it. The campus that they are on, the outdoor shots. This looks like an evil empire pharmaceutical company. Another thing that makes this work so well is while there aren't that many sets, there aren't that many locations, they're constantly bumping around into different rooms of this place. So it looks like there's constant movement. It's not just one camera put on somebody. The pace moves along quickly, and they're not staying in one scene very long. They're bumping around. Even when they're in the same room, they're staying with this character, they're moving over to the computer, they're looking outside to see how close these guys are to breaking in. Paul makes the most of what he has and makes it look like it's a much bigger movie than it is, which is really hard to do, especially when you're working on a budget. I think the direction of cinematography is absolutely wonderful. 10 overall for that. Number 8, the music. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really good in the non-tense moments too. It kind of fit the vibe. I love the opening screen music right there. Liked the tense music on here, not just, you know, huge stings with noise. A lot of times in a horror movie, an intense movie, it's just noise. It's not actually music. Music in this one is good. 9 overall for the music. Number 9, inventiveness. There's nothing really new here. That doesn't mean that it's bad. There's just nothing groundbreaking. They have that relationship meter, which I always like, but I wish it's kind of integrated more into a story tree. So if I went down different paths, I'd see how that relationship meter sticks with it, with what different stories it goes to. It doesn't do that. More or less, this is a bare bones game adventure, more on the film adventure. Again, doesn't make it a bad thing, just makes it kind of a normal thing. 3 overall for inventiveness. Number 10, fun. A lot of people call this a B movie. I don't think this is a B movie. It's a good movie. I was entertained by it. There wasn't crappy acting in it. This is really good acting. Decent movie, sci-fi thriller. You get the political thriller too. I think it might have been interesting to have dove into that a little bit more. Again, there's only so much time to do stuff, but I think there's a lot to the story here. That's what makes multiple playthroughs pretty fun. A couple of the endings are also very different, which I appreciated. Haven't seen them all yet, but looking forward to it. I had fun with it. 8 overall for fun. That gets us to a final score of a 74. A little bit higher than what most critics are putting out here, but I think it's pretty darn well done. What is our final verdict? It's a really good game. $15 may be a little bit too much for it. $4.50 or something I think I paid for the PlayStation Network. That is totally worth it. If you're an interactive film person like The Run, Afar with Jason Trost, I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're a Wales Interactive fan, this is one of their better releases. I think this is one of our better releases, so please hit subscribe. That's how we make a whole bunch more of these videos. We want to do a whole bunch more different things going into 2026. We're also going to have an award show for the best games of 2025 related to full motion video. So, thank you. Like and subscribe. Have a good one.